a study in creative book titling. So the first book is The Martian by Andy Weir. The Martian is about a guy who's stranded on Mars, Mark Watney. It's written by Andy Weir, and, there's a person stranded on Mars, so they're The Martian. Next we have Artemis by Andy Weir as well, and the name of the moon base that's on this moon is Artemis. That's the name of the moon base, that's where it all takes place. That's what they're ending up fighting for in the end. Next book is Ender's Game, which is about a person named Ender who goes to a battle school in space to fight other kids in zero gravity so that they can learn strategies and how to coming of age story so that they can, fight aliens in the end. Speaking of Ender, we have Ender's Shadow, which is about a person who was in the same battle school at the same time as Ender, Bean. And Bean, he is Ender's shadow because Ender came first and everyone thought that he was brilliant. Then Bean came along, if Ender fails, well, at least we'll have Bean. He's around in the same year, isn't it? But, he has a completely different story than Ender, and it's also very compelling. Next is Divergent. Divergent is about a person who is divergent because in their society they have to fit into 5 different factions or groups, people. And so Divergent, they can fit into 3 different factions. And since they can fit into multiple, they're not specifically genetically attuned to just one type of seeing the world, so they are divergent in the world of their society. Next is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. So this book is about, the Hunger Games, where kids have to go and kill other kids. And Mockingjay is the government-created bird that they use as a symbol for Katniss Everdeen, the protagonist, who there's a lot of bird symbolism in this book. So, you can be better. It's a symbolism for Katniss. Holes in which kids go to a correctional facility, and, it is holes. And they have to dig holes to, find something that the warden wants because of her tragic past. Next book is If I Stay by Gayle Forman, in which a girl is living through a lot of her past memories as well as being able to somehow walk through the real world as her physical body is, not really able to move after being in a really tragic car accident. Then she has to decide if she wants to stay in this world or go on and not be, because, doesn't have her family but her friends, and she could still have a really good life. Next is Round Island with a Fridge, in which, more lighthearted, someone hitchhikes around Ireland with a fridge because they did a bet when they were drunk with their friends. Mistborn, another book in which someone is a title of the book is defined by one of the groups that their character fits into. So what happens with this book is that since the magic system is very well defined, what the Mistborn does is that they can use a magic that only is they're basically the Avatar, but with a different type of, not fire, earth, water, or air, but instead they can ingest metals and then manipulate the world around them, or manipulate themselves by burning those metals inside of them by some special magical power. Next we have Ready Player One, in which the player is the main character, and Wade, and he has to fight for the Oasis, his home, and you have to see, because those are the first words that you see as when you sign into the Oasis, and, it's a video game, essentially. Next is The Giver by Lois Lowry, in which one of the main characters, aside from Asher, Jonah, and, The Giver, one of the main characters is The Giver, in which they can give memories to the next person who's supposed to be the next giver, because in this society, you can't have memories about only one person. You can't have memories of war and color and emotions. It's a book about how we shouldn't let the government control our lives. And this last book is a study in Charlotte, in which, the main character is Charlotte Holmes, because, it's a pun from the original Sherlock Holmes story, a study in Scarlet, and she is actually a descendant of Sherlock Holmes, who has almost the exact same powers as he does, and also goes on adventures with the descendant of John Watson, Jamie Watson. And those are just some books that I have and how I understand their titles. So if this made sense, please tell me, and I hope you have a good day. And as you can And as you can tell, I like to read books. So if you want... And so yeah, this is how I see the titles of books as I understand them, and have a good day.